All right, I think this is well overdue. Um, you know, it's a long time coming, right? We need to sit down. I think it's time for an uncomfortable conversation. Um, I'm playing Spider-Man because I saw my boy was playing the first one. I'm like, oh shit, reminded me like, oh, I didn't finish my platinum for Miles Morales. Get on there. I'm swinging, and mind you, you're Spider-Man, bro. This is a new perspective of New York. It's perspective that you never know unless spider technology, whatever, right? So, swinging through New York, and I'm looking at all the, just really just soaking in the environment, bro, because it's New York, bro, like you've never seen it before. Swinging, I'm looking at the Empire State Building, I'm looking at the World Trade Center, Avengers Tower to a smaller extent, because it's fictional, but it also, it helped me, help my brain construct um, make the connection, right, that I'm about to make, about to open up about, right. And so I'm swinging, I'm looking at the Empire State Building. It's an iconic, beautiful building, right? It's like at the time it was just a structural like innovation, right? It was one of the top. I think it was the tallest building at one point. Then Burj Khalifa came in, and I think that it was knocked down to two, and now this shit not even in the running anymore. Like nowadays, like you look at them little comparisons, bro. That shit don't even crack the top 10, unfortunately. But it is a beautiful, iconic building. Um, you know, you think of New York, you probably think of the Empire State Building, right? You know what I'm saying? Empire State of Mind. And so looking at this building, I'm reminded of its legacy, and I'm looking at the World Trade Center. Obviously, they modeled it a little weird. I think they had like a limit on the sky limit, like Minecraft. Um, they probably was like, okay, let's just cut it off here. Um, make it as tall as possible for what we have here for the sky limit, because there's a very big piece that puts World Trade Center in Empire. I mean, obviously it's taller, but the argument that I'm gonna about to make is gonna blow the whole top up, blow the whole lid off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm swinging right, and I'm looking at the World Trade Center. I'm looking at the Avengers Tower. And then I'm looking at Empire State Building. Granted, World Trade Center, you know, about to be in the same conversation as Empire State Building. Because looking at the Empire State Building, I'm like, damn, like we should really, this shit low key got to be put on fraud watch. Because I'm looking at all these buildings, and then I'm just standing next on like a tall building that's like right next, like in the proximity. It's just a tall, like just a normal like inconspicuous building. Like it has no real aura. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, this bitch is kind of tall. Like, like compared to the Empire State Building, like if we was to chop off that little fucking antenna, that this shit could be pretty. This shit could be comparable. I start thinking, I'm like, man, they really built this fucking, start to think like, damn, they really built that little needle, that antenna there, just a stat pad, bro. They really sat there and they was like, yo, we could be the tallest building if we just fucking threw like a little antenna on the top, right? And so they probably building this shit like, bro, we're not going, if we build this, bro, it's not gonna be tall. And then some architect came in like, yo, let's just add a little fucking needle to this bitch and say it's for wind resistance, right? Because I'm assuming that's what that thing is there for. And some engineer gonna be like, actually, that's a very important structural component building. With a building this shape, this size, you need a you need a wind blade. And so, but I'm just saying, bro, okay, you might need it for architecture, but then we're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, bro? Because think about it, right? The World Trade Center also got a needle, but in the games they don't have it, bro. So I didn't realize this until I did my research. But World Trade Center, bro, that's a top 10. But I was looking at a comparison of them with and without this fucking, little needle, bro. That shit gets knocked down a couple points, bro. I think they need to be put on fraud watch, right? Or at least stop being touted, or touted as like the tallest building, right? We should start measuring them, like we just cut them off right there and just count them where the actual building ends, right? Because it's the tallest building, right? If you was to chop off that little antenna, put it on the ground, nobody's gonna sit there and be like, "Wow, look at that building." It's not a building, bro. And so it shouldn't be counted towards the tallest building. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to put the Empire State Building on fraud watch. And listen, bro, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, bro. Like, oh my God, that's the Empire State Building. That's the building of all time, you know. And I'm sorry, bro, but we gotta start thinking about this shit, bro. Like you telling me they wasn't building this shit, and then there was like, yo, how do we cheat the tallest building? Right, we just add a little fuck ass antenna at the top. It's connected to technically part of the building. And now it's the tallest building in the world. I think we need to sit down and really, really think. Because if I, let's say I put I could put a fucking, I could fucking duct tape a fucking antenna to the top of my head. That takes me to fucking 8 feet. And now I'm the tallest man in the world. Shit, I could put on fucking stilts, and I could be eye contact with fucking Yao fucking Ming. You know what I'm saying? But do it count? There'll be some guy who's like, well, no, it don't count. It don't count. I think we need to start put, U.S. skyscrapers pale in comparison to like, bro, the Chinese. Yo, I looked up the tallest buildings, bro. China taking up like 5 slots, and guess what? I don't think I seen not one of them with that damn fucking antenna. I seen one that was so like this shit was beautiful. It looked like it was twisting upwards, like it was like a helix, bro. I'm like, oh shit, like that's kind of cool, like that. And I'm sure that's got something to do with like the aerodynamics. Like, I'm sure the twisting is like, pull it, redirects the air along a, fucking different axes or whatever, right? But I'm not an architect and I'm not a physicist. Shit, man, I'll tell you what, bro. I was sitting here fucking flicking my bean in fucking AP physics, bro. That shit did not engage me at all, bro. I cannot be asked to fucking care about physics. But I'm sure there's a physics reason why it's built like that, and it's beautiful that way. And I'm sure there's a physics reason for why this shit got the needle. But you telling me there wasn't one person that was like, wait, and this will make us the tallest building because it's just adds extra fucking inches, adds extra fucking meters to the building. And come on, at the back of their head that was like, yo, this is gonna get it, bro. This gonna get us the fucking Guinness World Record. Like, yeah, it helps with wind resistance, but it's like yeah, sure, being tall is gonna help you get fucking, you know, the groceries at the top of the fucking shelf, but like it's also gonna make you taller. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time we have a conversation, man. Are these buildings truly worthy of being? Burj Khalifa got a little needle too, but you cut the needle off and it's still the tallest. So now you gotta think like the Empire State Building, that shit's off the fucking running, bro. So not only do you have height boosters on, but you're also not even the fucking tallest. So where was the point? You know what I'm saying? What was the fucking point? Granted, I'm pretty sure Empire State Building was built first. Can't do nothing about it. The World Trade Center, though, this shit is top 10, but it's not one. It's got a little tippy thing, and it's just like, come on, bro, you put the height boosters on, and you're not even Burj Khalifa comp, bro. But you're looking at all these Chinese buildings are like almost reaching there, and they flat at the top. They're like domed at the top or something. Like they don't got no fucking tip. They don't got no fucking. Yo, they're comp, bro. They're fucking comp, bro. I don't know, man. I just thought it's time for a conversation, man. Cause some of these buildings need to be put on fraud watch. You know what I'm saying? You got this little antenna, you're not even nowhere near Burj Khalifa, bro. Come on now. There's a building somewhere. I was looking at the comparison, like the second tallest building. Um, that that shit is like fucking 30% antenna. Look, bro, it's number two. Again, if you gonna make a fucking antenna thing, like a little tip, I think it's called a spire. If you're gonna build a spire that tall, man, just be taller than the Burj Khalifa, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? If you're gonna put the height boosters on, you better, just be fucking taller than the tallest, bro. At least gain something out of being a fucking fraud. You know, instead, at least gain something from this fucking stat padding that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. We got to start putting these buildings on fraud watch because it's like, what are you doing? You're not even the tallest, and you got this little thing. And you got this little fucking tip thing, and that's me out, man.